Well, we always look forward to the pink meet every year, especially this year against Ohio State. The double dual meet on Saturday night in Rec Hall, where both women's teams will be wearing pink. We do away with our school colors to support breast cancer awareness. The other fun thing is the guys will be wearing some pink too, so I don't know if it'll be socks or shorts or what, but everybody gets in the spirit to paint it pink Saturday night in Rec Hall. Well, Penn State has a tradition of double dual meets with Ohio State, and last year we actually traveled together on the same bus to Columbus, where some of my female coaching counterparts thought that was pretty silly of me to travel the girls on the same bus with the guys, but they're best friends. They hang out together, they do everything together in town anyway, so there were no concerns, and we had a ton of fun last year going over to Ohio State. We hope to have that same type of fun Saturday night in Rec Hall when we compete there in our Paint It Pink meet. Yeah, other than the few complaints about the new setup, the crowds were awesome the first 2 weekends. You know, we had over 2,000 people. It looked like more to me, and they were really into gymnastics. They were really into what we were doing as the Penn State team. I noticed Saturday night against Iowa and Pitt and Rutgers that we had a group of fans that was following us from event to event to event. So when we were on bars, that section was completely full. And then when we went to beam, the beam section was completely full, and there were barely anybody left sitting in the bar section. So this weekend, you know, we used the double dual setup. All of the men's equipment, all of the women's equipment has to fit on the floor together. There's really only one way that it can go. So if you're a fan of the old setup, you'll be happy, because this week it's the double dual setup. Yeah, in the first home meet, Maddie Merriam was a little crooked in her bar routine, and she was afraid that she was going to kick the metal part of the bar, so she closed her straddle and accidentally whacked the low bar with her foot. We were afraid that she actually broke her foot, and we got good news that week. It wasn't broken, it was just bruised, it was just really sore. Maddie was able to train bars a couple times during the week without doing any dismounts. She didn't vault at all, and when we got to the meet, you know, she warmed up bars, she did a great bar routine, and she told us that she felt like she could vault, so she did a couple things in warm-ups. And when the meet rolled around, we started on vault. She was 5th up in our lineup. She was the only gymnast on our team to actually stick her vault, not move her feet. I was so excited, I jumped about 5 feet in the air, and she was excited. She gave me a big hug, and that really got us going. So having Maddie back on both vault and bars was one of the keys to our success, and we're hoping to have her back in the floor lineup also on Saturday. Sharia Musser is one of the best athletes I've ever been around, and you know, I had the opportunity to work with a couple kids that made the 1996 Women's Olympic team that won the gold medal, and she's right up there with those two. So if you haven't had the opportunity to come out and watch our team and see Sharia, one of our fans said it's like going into Beaver Stadium and watching a #1 draft choice run the football or throw the football. You just know when you see them that they're special, that they have a gift, and the people that have seen Sharia compete, you know, they feel that way. So I would encourage you, we have 4 home meets left, 3 are double dual meets with the men, we have 1 quad meet left, to come out, support women's gymnastics, support men's gymnastics, support gymnastics, and have an opportunity to watch one of the best kids that's ever competed here. Well, it's no secret that we struggled on floor the first 3 weekends, 2 on the road and 1 at home. I think we could have taken Minnesota and Kent State the first home meet had we done our job on floor. And when Sammy got hurt, you know, second kid up, we just didn't do a good job of pulling the team together and talking about the expectations. They let it get the best of them. We had a lot of mistakes. People know that we've been doing a little bit more difficult tumbling to open the season. So we made a choice, knowing that Maddie and Sammy wouldn't be in the floor lineup. We backed down, we let Sharia do something, well, we asked Sharia to do something that's a little bit easier, and talk to some of the other girls about switching some things around so that we could just go out there and hit our routines. We felt like if we just did good routines, they didn't have to have great, big, really hard skills, that we would be rewarded. So when it came down to the last event, Iowa was on vault. We knew that they were going to go over there and put up a great score. We were only in the lead by 25 1/1000ths of a point going into the final rotation. So all the girls knew that they had to go out and they had to hit their routines. And one by one, routine after routine, each one got better than the one before. and we were able to pull out the victory. So it was exciting. We're going to use that. We're going to build on that and get better each week.